Hi everybody and welcome to another edition of Ljubljana Talks. With Gorast we are recording Ljubljana Talks in Belgrade, in Ložionica, a new center for events, blowing our mind today. Really fantastic, and with an amazing array of speakers. We are so honored to have also you, Boško Rupić, General Manager of Strategic Marketing at Air Serbia. Did I get it wrong?
General Manager Commercial Strategy.
General Manager Commercial Strategy.
You're close to the point. Yeah. Thank you.
So happy to have you. Air Serbia is such a story of success. I could call it that this way. I flew in today. Everybody was expecting it's still going to be a turboprop. It was an Airbus. A great, very well-oiled machinery of Air Serbia. You know, the check-in, everything perfect. Can you tell us where Air Serbia is today and what is the future of Air Serbia?
So first of all, welcome to Belgrade, welcome to Serbia, and I'm really looking forward that you're using our services and that you have a good experience flying with us. Well, where is Air Serbia today? I would say in a couple of numbers. 2025, we finished with 4.57 million passengers. If we compare this number with the previous country of almost 22 million citizens, we actually reached and go over this number comparing to the big Yugoslavia at that time. So also in the numbers, I can say that this summer we'll have in total 39 aircrafts flying for us, covering around 100 destinations from Serbia worldwide, connecting Serbia and whole Balkan, I would say, with US, with Canada, with China, and the wider European region.
So the number of planes is almost similar probably than it was in the biggest times of yacht, I think so.
Yeah, but the concept of flying comparing with the period of 30 or 40 years ago is completely different today. Yeah, but yeah, in a number of aircrafts, yeah, it's something like that. We have 31 aircraft in our AOC, in our register, and additional 8 aircrafts in a so-called wet lease. Yeah.
So what novelties you are preparing for this year, for this season? Some new destinations?
Yeah, in 2026 we have a couple of new destinations. Most of them are starting very soon. 30 of April we are starting with direct flights to Santorini. It's interesting Greek island, not only for swimming and beaches, it's more for the nightlife, and it's really good timing. I would say it's 30 of April, so 1st of May, the holidays, and the flights are pretty full now. Then from 3rd of May, we are starting, I would say, also a historical connection between Serbia and Azerbaijan. It's 2 weekly direct flight between Belgrade and Baku. 23rd of May, it's a big date for us. It's the first flight between Serbia and Canada after 30 plus years. So we are starting with the direct flights to Toronto. For the beginning for this year, it will be only a seasonal summer season route, just to feel the market and how things are developing, and we'll see maybe for next year the things are going good to extend a bit the season. Also, I believe that this year will be very successful on Toronto, because you know that the World Cup as well in June, starting in Canada as well. 1st of June, we are starting with Alicante. This year, we will have 8 destinations in Spain, connecting directly with the Belgrade. So, and later in the last quarter, we are starting with Seville. We are starting with Tenerife direct flights. It's very attractive and interesting destination. And one, for the first time, a winter seasonal destination we'll have this year. It's a direct connection to Tromsø, north of the Norway, popular with, you know, Aurora Borealis, and so a lot of things developing on our side. Also, we are considering a couple of potential new points. Even for this summer, we are thinking to grow as well in the region, considering potential direct flights between Belgrade and Brač, Austria. So a lot of people are traveling with us to split. But for example, on a Saturday, we cannot get a slot on a split airport. It's really crowded, and then we decide maybe to try Brač, because a lot of people who are traveling to Split are taking Jadrolinija, you know, and traveling to Brač. So a lot of new things
But
this year.
this regional network is so strong now. It's feeding really well the hub in Belgrade. So will you increase some frequencies? For example, in Ljubljana, we have 2 flights per day.
Look, that's something what we are doing and monitoring constantly. We are growing all the time, and it's not just a point of booming the number of destinations. We are growing as well with the number of frequencies to the current network. So, so far, I think this summer we will cover 17 destinations in ex-Yugoslavia.
Almost
area.
everything, I would say.
Almost everything. Yeah, we are covering the Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece as well. I think 9 destinations we'll have in Greece this summer. So Belgrade became, I would say, regional hub. And if you want to make a hub of your airport and your city, it's important as well to have the long haul flights. So actually those flights that we are operating between Belgrade and New York, or Belgrade, Chicago, China, now Canada as well, are important absolutely for us and for Serbia, but it's also important for the whole region. A lot of people from the region is traveling and using our direct flights via Belgrade to travel to these points.
Strange question, and then I finish with this. Is it possible that you will stop over in Ljubljana in the intercontinental flight, as it was in old times with DC-10? Stop over and then go to...
Quick answer, no.
No.
The concept of the company is to develop Belgrade as a hub. So actually, we increased Ljubljana when we came to Ljubljana. This summer we will have at least 17 weekly flights. So it's not a double daily. In some days we are flying even triple daily with a flight in the middle bank. So I think Ljubljana is very well connected via Belgrade with the rest of the network, and a lot of people from Ljubljana is using our flights.
We are heavily using Belgrade as a hub now, really, absolutely.
Yeah, in many ways, I would say that Air Serbia has really become considered often when we are looking for hubs, just like Istanbul is considered. So it's becoming really, really good. We were looking at the numbers, I think they were revealed 2 days ago from the Fraport that runs the airport, and last month they had a 17% increase in the number of passengers traveling. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of that also falls onto your, so. When you look at the mix of travelers that are traveling, it is not just having a hub, but also having a destination like Belgrade. How do you see the relevance of having all these investments done in Belgrade? From our perspective, of course, Sava Center is a huge investment. Do you see this reflect in your work?
Definitely, yes. I truly believe that the synergy between all stakeholders from the travel industry is very important. So, yeah, for us, incoming is very important, and MICE business is very important. We are in close cooperation with the touristic organization of Serbia, with Sava Center, with hoteliers from Belgrade, and we are really working together. Either if we are talking about some fam trips, media trips, to bring the people to Belgrade, to show them the destination, to show them the capacities of the destination, either for the MICE business or for the leisure. So we are fully open and fully supporting this concept. And yeah, definitely today, if you want to develop destinations, you have to be well connected. So people are rather choosing to decide for the destination where they have direct flights. We also found that on our case, for example, on some destinations where we were flying, where people were flying with one stop, when you open the direct flight, automatically it generates new demand. So having direct connection, maybe to some destinations you're connected 3 times per week, but not every day or double daily. But it is important definitely to have the direct flight. And I see that the value of that kind of airline is crucial.
What would be your estimate of the destinational pickup rate? So in what time do you think that a new destination is fully developed? So for instance, you're opening up Canada. How much time do you think you will need to fly that it really gets to its full capacity and full potential?
It depends on the route. It depends on the route. Some routes are dominantly leisure, some routes are dominantly diaspora routes. So, but look, last year we reached around 40% of transfer passengers. So it means that the people who are traveling from Tbilisi to Belgrade and just connecting through Belgrade on our rest of the network, they're actually helping you to establish some route. You don't depend on a demand from point to point. And that's the point of developing hub, because if you're focusing only on point-to-point passengers, on some routes you cannot survive. But if you're focusing more on the transfer passengers who can use your hub and your wide network, then you can afford to have the big network. So it really depends. Sometimes you need a couple of years to make a profitable route, but in the last couple of years, what we see that demand is really strong, and that the passengers are choosing definitely Belgrade as one of the options for transiting. And at the end, when we come back to the results, if you're profitable or not, that's the point. So, are we bringing more people on our flights? Are we getting more money? Where are our profit margin and so on? So it really depends. It's not the same concept on a leisure and on the business or diaspora route.
Question about the Chinese market. We see here a strong Chinese business community, which is good for the whole region, I would say. Big companies are here coming, also automotive is coming. So we see your flights to China, some Chinese airlines coming to Belgrade. What is happening? Why so? And what is maybe the future of it?
I would say that China is today unlimited opportunity. I've been in China for the last couple of years, 5 or 6 times. Today we have in total, like a destination, we have 8 weekly flights between Serbia and China. Wide body aircrafts, so it means 250 to 300 passengers per flight. Look, for China, I would say our advantage is that China passengers, they don't need a visa for Serbia and a couple of countries from the region, I think Bosnia and Montenegro as well. So those passengers are not coming to visit only one country. They are usually coming for 7 to 10 days to visit at least 3 to 4 countries. It's a huge market. I mean, a huge opportunity. We see very good results on both points that we are covering with the direct flights, Guangzhou and Shanghai. But look, when we are growing, like we are monitoring the market, when we are growing, our competitors are also monitoring situation in the market. So when we announce that we will start direct flights to China, automatically something pop up on the Chinese
Just
market,
like that,
and someone decides as well to open. So today we are flying to Guangzhou to Shanghai, but as well we have Hainan flying from Beijing to Belgrade, and China Southern as well, covering Guangzhou Belgrade route. So in total 8 flights per week. I really believe it's a good step.
But again, it's a good idea. You just share about the region, you know, and we heard a lot about that today. Actually, they're looking for the region. They're not just looking for one country. And this is where we come to this concept, which is very live actually in meetings industry. And that's why we cooperate so well, I would say, in region Adriatic, Western Balkan, whatever you call it, you know. So yeah, it's interesting actually. So your network will definitely help us in that, for sure.
I agree. What was my experience with the Chinese passengers is that they are looking for a 4- and 5-star hotels. They're looking for shopping options. They're looking also to have opportunity to have the Chinese or Asia meals. That's very important for them. And to have the direct flights, and not to go with the 2 stops traveling to some destination. So it's at the end the numbers are telling us if we are on the right direction or not. If the numbers of Chinese passengers and guests are going up or going down, so that's the main.
Boško Rupić, how do you, because I can see that you have a lot of data, that you have a lot of insight into the passenger, into the markets, but how are you improving the passenger experience based on that?
It's not easy to keep the good level of service, but all the time you have to listen and to accept some critics that you're getting and to see what you can improve. Recently we opened the premium check-in at the Belgrade Airport for the business class passengers, for the people who care about the time. So if their lack of time, so they can come and do the check-in very quickly to get some coffee or some juice. We are working on a new premium lounge in the Belgrade Airport as well. So it will be hopefully open till the end of this year. We'll see. It's double sized than the current one. We are growing. We need more space, definitely, and at the end, passengers need more comfort and more space. All the time, we are looking what we can do with the onboard service. We introduced buy on board options. We recently introduced duty-free options, catering as well. So you need to know your passengers, your guests, whatever we call them, what are the preferences of the passengers. For example, I mentioned the catering. It's not the same way of thinking for the passengers to China or to US. For China, dominantly we have Chinese passengers, so your catering should include something close to the passengers from Asia. For US, where we have a lot of diaspora, let's try something locally. They love this. So it's important to listen, I would say, and to try to mitigate the comments and the feedback that you are getting from the passengers. Something on what we are working, and we are expecting to launch this at the beginning of June. It's a new loyalty program from our side, a new frequent flyer program. So it will be connected with the first co-branded card in Serbia. We are working with Visa. We already signed a contract with them. So I would say a lot of things are happening on a passenger experience side. So, but the conclusion is you have to listen and to hear what your passengers are telling you.
And what is the state of aviation this moment? Of course, we know the situation in Dubai, but generally, if we forget about it, I would say, what can you say about it?
Well, it's very sensitive nowadays, you know, but I cannot skip this moment, what's happening on the Middle East, because it's affecting, despite we are not flying to that part of the world, it's affecting us because you saw that the fuel price is going up. So it's affecting the whole airline industry. Geopolitics has an impact on aviation. For example, we used to fly to Tel Aviv. Now we are not flying. You're looking for some new opportunities, I would say. We see strong demand coming from Kafkas region, for example. We opened last year direct flights to Tbilisi, to Georgia. This year we are opening direct flights to Baku. So I think that definitely geopolitics has a huge impact on aviation industry, and some demand is moving from market to market.
Because we're talking about the crisis in the Middle East, how did you feel the impact of what is happening there? Did you feel an impact right now? Except for fuel prices, probably.
Yeah, we saw that additional demand is coming. For example, the flights from China are completely full. now, either from Shanghai or from Guangzhou. But we are also getting additional passengers from Athens, from Istanbul, from Madrid, from Frankfurt, because people are looking all the alternative ways how to come back home. So even to go with the 2 stops, yeah, they will see. So we see, but I would say it's very temporary. It will affect when no one knows what will be the next step. But definitely this is not good for whole travel industry and aviation as well. So.
We are almost at the end, but I would like to ask you also what Air Serbia is offering to the meeting planners. If they are organizing something in Belgrade, what is how can you support them? What can you do for them?
As I mentioned, we are always in a close contact with all the stakeholders from the travel industry in Serbia. All the time we are giving support. Usually we are trying to be airline partner for all big events, which means that we can provide some promo codes and give some discounts for all the participants who are coming to Belgrade. They can use our flights, get some bit better prices. We are always here for site inspection to welcome the VIPs. If there are some VIPs, also important for hoteliers or for touristic organization of Serbia, Congress Bureau of Serbia. Yes, we are there, so to give full support. At the end, it's our interest to at the end make some, as much as we can, some good impression about the destination and that we are all working together. If you're planning to organize some event in Belgrade, Budapest, Athens, I don't know, and you're choosing, I think that hospitality is a very important element here.
Very good. We are closing with some fire questions, you know. You can, as Jan always said, you can answer directly yes or no, or elaborate this a little bit deeper. So my first question is window seat or aisle?
Window.
Window. Any reason why? Beautiful view?
To relax a bit. To use the moment and to relax.
Amazing.
Short haul or long haul?
Short haul and long haul. I'm a fan of aviation and I really don't choose. But if I have to say, yeah, long haul.
We have 2 more. Airbus, Boeing.
Definitely Airbus.
One. Definitely Airbus. Okay, Jan?
Business or leisure travel?
Wow. Since I'm traveling a lot, dominantly for the business reason, yeah, I would, if I could choose, I would like to have more time to be a leisure traveler, yeah.
Well, I can say from my experiences this morning, but also from the past, you're doing a great job and keep on connecting our region to the world. And thank you for your time, and thank you everybody for listening in to another edition of Ljubljana Talks. And we look forward to seeing you in our next edition. Thank you.
Thank you.